Okay, call the regular city council meeting Monday, April 13, 2020 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Lukosius.
Here.
Radke.
Here.
Sapienza.
Here.
Payton. Here. Ballard.
Here.
Buffo. Here. Mayor Harrell.
Here, for those on the computer, don't do your Pledge of Allegiance out loud. It creates chaos in this room. So anyway, all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Did you receive any, Clerk Bartlett, did you receive any remote public comments through emails?
I have not.
Is there anybody on there that's raised their hand that has a public comment?
If anybody would like to make a public comment, use the raise your hand application within the Zoom.
None?
Nothing.
Okay, presentation, don't have one. Minutes, do we have a motion to receive the regular meeting minutes of March 30 and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second?
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor. On the minutes under report of city attorney, on the resolution authorizing purchase of 1224 Plain Street, it reads that Alderman Waldorf made a motion to adopt the resolution and Alderman Radke seconded the motion, and I do not believe I did.
No, that didn't happen.
I will review the.
So I don't know who made and seconded that motion. I don't know who seconded that motion.
I can review the video and make a necessary amendment to that.
So with that amendment, I will make a motion that we receive the minutes and place them on file.
Right, the motion was made by, well, let me finish that. I have a motion and a second, and the correct was Alderman Waldorf made the motion and Alderman Ferrari made the second on the agenda March 30th.
Then we will note that and make the adjustment before they're posted.
Okay, so did I already do all those in favor for the minutes? All those opposed? Motion carried.
Aye.
Okay, financial reports, activity reports. Do we have a motion to receive the activity reports and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I have one quick thing. Chief, I don't know if this is the right spot to ask this question, but since we've been in shelter in place, how have our calls gone? I know that there's been some issues on social media. Can you just address how the calls have gone and how our guys have handled them?
Okay, I think overall, we're not really any different than across the country. Generally, crime is down through the COVID-19, which is obviously a good thing. Early on, when the first stay-at-home order was issued, there was that sense of panic, so we had an increase in fender benders in parking lots at the gas stations and the grocery stores and the big box stores. That seems to have tapered off. Overall, calls for service were way down that first week. Unfortunately, and I'm talking with other chiefs and participated in a statewide conference call a couple of times a week with 1,500 police chiefs and sheriffs, and it appears that after about the first week, there has been an increase in disturbance-type calls, and we've noticed that as well. People cooped up, so there's been some more increase in people that maybe had social issues, mental health issues, alcohol and drug issues. So the short answer is we've had a little of everything. Overall, calls for service and crime have been down. However, some of the calls, a lot of the calls that have taken place have been serious calls and more challenging calls for people. So I know in our particular case, and I'm sure most departments, the officers are doing an excellent job of policing. They're communicating with people. They're being patient with people, maybe a little more normal than normal, just considering the situation. So we've been successful in rectifying a lot of situations without having to arrest, getting people the help that they may need. So Overall, it's been good. We have had some issues, as you know, the parks are remaining to be open, and when the weather was good, I think that was a real good decision for the community, not just Peru folks, but a lot of people. I spent a lot of time up at Baker Lake last week, and I'm telling you, the members of the community are extremely, and not just the Peru community, but the entire area, are very appreciative that we allowed Baker Lake to remain open. The officers were sent up there with, a simple directive to, when they see people maintaining social distancing, say thank you for that, and when they don't, try and encourage that. And, we've had some pushback, very little, but very vocal pushback, critical of the police. I'm married, or this is my live-in boyfriend or girlfriend, or whatever the case might be, and to the point where we were getting called some names. And again, 99.9% of the people were going, we get it, because the officers don't know who's married and who's together. And what was happening, we had some people would come up to us and say, I believe in this social distancing, but how come those people aren't? Well, because we didn't, the people were probably live-ins and that sort of thing. So it's just easier to manage and police. And again, 99% of the people have been very appreciative and went, yep, we get it, thanks, keep the parks open. Please keep these parks open for this purpose. So
You can't go up to every couple and ask, or every group of people and ask.
correct.
And
Right.
who knows if you're gonna get the truth
Right.
anyway.
Right. And, when we get pushback, we have thick skin. We just, okay, just please, don't do it for us, do it for the other people and that. So it's been a good thing overall. So, we did have the guys up there Saturday and Sunday. It seemed cold, but believe it or not, there was a lot of people came out both Saturday afternoon when the sun creeped for a little bit, and then Sunday. So, by this weekend, I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more involvement up there, and it's been good because there's dads and their kids up there walking. There's a lot of people up there and enjoying it, so that's been a good thing. So overall, things are fine. We got it covered, and we're dealing with things as they come up, but it's been positive overall.
Any other discussion on the activity reports? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Committee reports. Finance Safety Services, Chairman Radke.
Yeah, I have the disbursements to be paid April 15th, 2020, the amount of $792,350.64. Make a motion that these be placed on file and the bills be paid in the usual manner.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second to receive disbursements, place on file, and pay the bills in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call. Call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosha.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffo.
Aye.
Mayor Harrell. Oh, sorry.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, unless, Justin Miller, Doug Burnaby, Chief King, unless they have anything, we have no further report at this time.
Nothing? Okay, we'll move on to Public Services, Chairman Waldorf.
Thank you, Your Honor. The only thing that we have on our agenda this evening is to make a motion to approve a change order for the mass grading of Midtown Road to John Pohar and Sons in the amount of $65,596.10. This is a change order, but this work was approved and bid, and we're just moving it up a little bit, I believe. Eric, can you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, if I can provide a little bit of background. So we had issued a contract to do the mass grading for Midtown Road, the North-South Road, and 26th Street extended. As part of that, we did not include the second half of Midtown Road, which went from North Peoria to the North-South Road. I had reported a couple meetings back, last time we were all in the same room together, that I was working with John Pohar, given the fact that they were mobilized currently. We felt like we could get a pretty good price to complete that work, so that when such a time we're ready to do the curb and gutter and the paving of the road, we don't have to deal with this issue of the final mass grading. The number that we have is a very good competitive number. I would recommend that we approve this number. And in result of that, I've been working with Justin on some strategic plans on how a lot of this fit-up works with all of the various contracts going on. And we have a development agreement in place that allows us until June of 2022 to finish the final surface of Midtown Road. So I've been working with Justin on making some adjustments to our cash flow diagram that will be very helpful to us later in this year. So I would recommend moving forward with this change order.
Thanks, Eric. Again, Your Honor, that is a motion.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve a change order for the mass grading of Midtown Road. Is there any other discussion or any other questions? Okay, we'll have a roll call, quick call roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffo.
Aye.
Motion approved. Anything further?
Chief Burnaby, do you have anything for us? Chief King?
Yeah, just one thing, just so everybody knows, we are still working over across in the landfill. We've had three dumpsters over there. Both weekends so far, we've filled all three dumpsters. They were taken out of there today. I'm waiting. They're gonna bring one back for the rest of the week, 'cause I can't get three of them because they're committed to other customers, I guess, according to Jim. When we first talked to Jim about this, we told him we were just gonna do it on the weekends, but then we decided just to open it up all week long. So we'll have one dumpster there during the week, and then on the weekends we'll have three there. This weekend we kind of started behind because we did have three dumpsters there, but we had so much from the first weekend that we actually filled one dumpster up when they brought them back from the off-fall from the other two. So this weekend we did fill up two more, but I think it's going to start to taper off maybe a little bit because everybody's, I think, been out in their yards and got most of their cleanup done, so hopefully now it's going to be residual. We'll see how it goes as we go through it, but we'll keep piling up what we got and keep delivering. We still have people piling outside the fence, which I want to get away from because we don't want the public works employees touching this stuff either. So that's one thing I want to continue to look at, and hopefully we can get that stopped.
Thanks, Chief.
Anything else?
No, sir, not unless anyone up here has anything.
Okay, report city attorneys, ordinances, resolutions.
Yes, Your Honor. First, I have an ordinance authorizing acceptance of a utility easement from Brian A. Birch and Deborah R. Birch.
Do we have a motion to approve the what do we have here?
Ordinance.
Ordinance is written and read.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion and a second. Eric, you're still on there. That's, what project is that?
Yeah, so this is for our sewer separation project that's currently under contract. This is in the rear of the medical building off of Route 6, just west of the bagel shop. It's the last remaining piece of the easements that we need in order to reconstruct our sanitary sewer in those rear yards.
Anybody, any questions? Okay, we'll have a roll call, quick call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffo.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, we have a resolution authorizing the purchase of real estate from W.H. Mays Company.
Do we have a
So
motion?
moved.
That came from Alderman Sapienza?
Yes.
Yes.
Have a motion and a second to approve the authorization for purchase of real estate. Now, as everyone's aware, we had a study done by BHM&G. We need to do something different with our, what we call the Water Street substation, and this is the start of it. So, any questions on that? Okay, we'll have a roll call, quick call roll.
No. We have to table it anyway from tonight.
You would call the roll on the
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Mays property?
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffo.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, we have a resolution to enter into an agreement for the application services for a Rebuild Illinois Public Infrastructure Grant on behalf of the City of Peru with North Central Illinois Council of Governments.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the resolution as written and read?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Is there any discussion? Have a roll call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Aye.
Motion approved.
And Your Honor, the last item here, council resolution of support for downstate small business stabilization program will be tabled until we have a eligible business applicant, in their application in with the city. And then we'll come back and, do a resolution of support if, the council supports that application.
Okay. All right. Proclamations, do we have any proclamations?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, unfinished business. I know we have on the agenda tonight for the liquor license. I would like some thought given to go a little bit further, and that would be to give them full relief of their $500 annual fee for the type A. We have 48 type A, we have 1A1, and we have 2 Cs. The B and the B plus 10,000 square foot, I wouldn't do that for those businesses, because none of them have been shut down. Actually, they're doing fairly well right at the moment. But it does come up to a sizable number. It comes up to $25,500. But it's our restaurants and gaming places. It's two clubs in the Star Union Distillery. So I'd like you to give that some thought. I know it's on the agenda here, and I know you talked about it at the finance meeting that you had a week or 2 weeks ago, whatever that was. But just give it some thought. Then the budget. The mayors I've been talking to across the state, most of them, it looks like they're gonna pass the budget that they already have, that's already been developed, because everyone's fully aware that there's going to be quite a few changes that need to be made once we know what the changes are going to need to be due to, because right now we'd just be shooting in the dark. But I did write to Brad Cole. I'm a board member on the IML, and I asked him general feedback on what most municipalities are doing with budgets, holding off for a wait and see, passing cut budgets, ? I'm taking the stance to waiting until the last possible moment or passing the prepared budget and amend when we have more information to make a responsible decision. He wrote back, I'm hearing that most communities are adopting what their original budget proposals had been before all of this, and then planning to revise it after more is known, with the full and open understanding that whatever they adopt now will be way off. We have not performed any forecasting estimates yet. It is still too soon to begin developing any of those models. We know budgets will be negatively impacted, but it will be for a while before we can confidently calculate how and when those numbers will be impacted. There was a great deal of work put into the budget, and like I said, we all know that it's gonna be completely different, but we don't know what that difference is. It's kind of comical to read if you go to back in 2002 with United States Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, when he was asked the question about the weapons of mass destruction. We all know where we ended up with that. I'll read it because to me it's kind of comical. But he was asked the question about the weapons of mass destruction. And he said, reports that say something hasn't happened are always interesting to me, because as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know, but there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know. And if one looks throughout the history of our country and other free countries, it is the latter category that tend to be the difficult ones. So anybody can think what they want about back in 2002 when what happened, but we can, Justin, what's the latest we can forego on passing the budget? Into May or into June? So we could go into July.
Well, June 30th is usually what you want to pass.
Okay. But my thoughts are, I think that everybody would think the same. We're not gonna know that much by July, on where we're at. And every expense is going to have to come in front of the council anyway. So let us know what you wanna do. I would just as soon see us just go ahead and put the budget on the agenda, pass it. there's some changes that we're already making internally here with Eric's projects and across the board, but it's, everything's so new. It's just, to me, that's the best way to go, so that we don't have to do something like Donald Rumsfeld and say that we know we had unknown unknowns and so on and so on. But give it some thought.
Just, to keep everybody on the same page, we're initially scheduled to have the public hearing for the budget on April 27th at that council meeting, so 2 weeks from tonight. So that's what we would have to really decide if you still wanna do that, after that.
Give it some thought. Then I
I
have,
don't think it's feasible to have the budget hearing then, my personal opinion.
You said what, Mike?
I don't think it's feasible to have a budget hearing on April 27th. I don't think we're gonna know enough about our budget, unless we just wanna pass the one that was originally prepared,
well, that's
which I
where
would
I'm,
not be in favor of doing, but.
I would rather see us do a budget hearing after the 27th, the council meeting after. Give us a chance to really look at it.
well, we can go out, like you said, 60 days. Budget's
So,
April 30, so you,
if it's not April 27th, I would at least go one meeting after that, so we have proper time to post, because the state, budget act, it reads two different ways, but one says 30 days and the other says 15 days. So I always like to err on the side of caution and give ourselves the 30 days, so in order to do that, we would at least, if we postponed it on the 27th, you would at least need to go into the second meeting in May.
the trouble is, we're not gonna know any more than we know right now when it comes to that time, so it doesn't do any good.
Green light. That's the only thing we're gonna know.
But you won't have any economic forecasts. We won't have anything. That's all I'm going by. And everything that comes up on the budget, any expenses, they're gonna be voted on anyway. I don't see the difference.
But if you wanna just make, it makes me feel more comfortable to vote on that, all right?
If it makes what?
I'd rather have it second meeting in May, if that's all right.
It's up to you guys. You're the ones who have to make the vote. I don't,
I'm giving you my opinion.
I know. I just don't see doing something that you're shooting in the dark. You have no idea.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
Well, we'll have more solid opinions than we will now. I agree with that.
Okay, do you have that, Justin? Was that the second meeting of May?
I think it'd be the 25th.
I don't know, I don't.
It's 25th. I think the first one's the 11th, so.
Okay, moving on, some good news. Our city-approved COVID-19 relief fund donations, we just received a $10,000 donation today from a family that they don't even live in Peru. So that was very nice of them. I don't have their permission to say their name, but that puts us right now at $28,350 with what? But we have donations ranging from $50 up to a $10,000 donation. 5,000, 2,000, 1,500, a few thousands, 250s. So, very nice. Then we know it's going to be used, that's for sure. We just don't know exactly where yet. So, other than you've still been, Clerk Bartley and Finance Officer Miller, you've been in contact with
Tri-County Opportunities, that's correct.
Tri-County Opportunities, so.
We'll be issuing receipt letters, shortly here, so everybody on the list that has donated will be getting a receipt letter tomorrow, from the city of Peru, so they just have that for their records.
Okay, anybody else with unfinished business?
Can I ask Clerk Bartley a question? Dave, have you been receiving a lot of calls for utility help and things like that?
I actually haven't. Right when the press went out on the COVID-19, I think the initial report in the paper was just sort of more of a bulletin format. So it sort of said the city has money to help. So the phone rang and people said, I want help. And then when it was reported more thoroughly of what the program was and the language was reviewed within the resolution on that it would flow through the city and into nonprofits to benefit local residents, then the individuals stopped calling. So I haven't heard that, but I've had a couple of conversations with Tri-County Opportunities to try to partner with them so that they go through the qualifying process, and then we provide supplemental resources to help Peru residents.
Okay, new business. Do I have a motion to reappoint Bob Pishka to the Police Pension Board for a one-year term ending April 30, 2021?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. Now, do we have a motion to approve the extension of liquor license application to July 31, 2020, or is anybody willing to amend that?
I'll amend it. I'll amend it to give it to him for the whole year. I'm in a position that, I don't get any help, to speak of, and if we can help these restaurant owners that have been closed, I think it's almost our duty to do it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it. I agree with that 100%.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second to approve, we don't need the extension now, but to give relief to the liquor license for the Class A, which there's 48 of them, Class A1, which there's 1, there's 2 Class C. And like I said, that comes to $25,500. So I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, what is the motion for? I made the motion for the year.
For the year, yeah, right. It's a $500 fee to the liquor license that I was referring to, the A1, and there's 2 Cs. And it would be we're not gonna charge them.
Okay, but it says July 31st.
Well, that, on here, that's why you made an amendment to it. On here, it was going to be that we were going to let it go and not charge until July 31st.
But that's not what I made the
No,
amendment.
you made the motion to the amendment to forego.
It won't, just for the record, licensees will still have to renew their license with the city, providing an up-to-date license application, bond, and liability complete before we will issue their certificate.
Right.
And license holders need a city-approved certificate in order to get their state license. So it doesn't nullify their requirement to apply, it just will waive the fee.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second with amendments. Do you have the proper amendments, Clerk Bartley?
I believe I do.
Okay. I have a roll call. Call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Nay.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
And Buffalo.
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay, what is this? Motion to authorize yard waste bag sticker requirements. You relaxing it, or?
Yeah, we're just waiving the need for the sticker during the COVID-19 so that residents are buying bags, which is the protocol right now. Typically, they would buy stickers through the clerk's office or local hardware store, grocery stores. Obviously, then part of that, I don't know, you would argue is an essential service to go out to the grocery store to get stickers for your yard waste bags. And we're asking residents to transport their bags to our landfill and physically, personally place them in the dumpsters. So in light of that, we talked at finance, and the committee was in agreeance that we would waive the yard waste sticker requirement for the COVID-19 period, till Republic resumes pickup of the bags.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Second.
Was it Alderman Payton? Just made the motion, Alderman Buffalo? Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke. Aye. Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Aye.
Motion approved. Let's see, that's it. Is there any additions that,
No, Your Honor.
nothing? Okay, petitions, communications,
None, Your Honor.
public comment. Anybody on there wanna raise their hand for public comment? Public comment? Press, nothing? Okay, nobody electronically raised their hand for a public comment. No need for closed session. Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.